So the big question is this: how are those in the self-storage industry like us going to be successful in today's market? That's the question, and this show will give you the answers. My name is Jim Ross, and welcome to the Self-Storage Show. Hi everyone, this is Jim Ross from the Self-Storage Show. In this edition of Storage Spotlight, I got Brian Rashid from, he's your National Sales Director for On the Move. How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Good, good. I wanted to have you guys on here for quite a while. I would see you at the shows and all of that with you can't miss it with the truck at the
No,
show.
yeah.
So
We try to stand out at the shows and let everybody there know what we do.
that you do. So anyway, before we kind of get into that, I always like to get a little backstory of the people I'm talking to. So how'd you get involved in the industry?
It just really happenstance. I got out of college and my family knew the owners, and it was kind of supposed to be a summer job, and started working, and all my friends were graduating as well and getting jobs, and started going pretty well. And 18 years later, I'm still here.
Oh, must do
So
something right for 18 years. You don't hear that very often.
yeah, no, for sure. I think I'm the most. I want to say I'm the most tenured person here, other than Susan, who's my boss, the owner,
Yeah.
and Maury, the founder. So yeah, we had a lady that was probably 2 years ahead of me, but she retired in September, and so it's just me now with the seniority.
Nice. So what's kind of give me like we'll get the details here in a second, but kind of like a 2 minute synopsis of what does On the Move provide?
Well, basically, we're a truck leasing company, and we're here to, specifically in the storage industry, to help self storage operators, basically, fill up their facilities, increase the occupancy, get the word out in their market that they're there. The truck is a moving billboard for their business, and it's just one of the best ancillary items that you can have as an operator. When a new prospective tenant walks in and they see a moving truck parked there that says, rent with me, use this truck to move in for free, they already go into the facility with feeling good about it, that they're going to get to use the truck, for free. They don't have to go rent a U-Haul somewhere or go borrow a friend's F-250. And so it gives them kind of a good impression going in, and it helps the manager sell the unit.
Well, yeah, I'm just thinking about it as far as a strategic marketing advantage. When you're not even so much as when a customer comes to the facility, but when you actually have them on the phone or on the website in the first place to generate that phone call
Oh, for
to be
sure.
able to say, hey, we have a truck for you. That's a huge
Yeah, it's
benefit.
awesome. And then when obviously when the tenant is using the truck to move, whether they're at their apartment complex, their house, their condo, whatever, that truck is sitting in their driveway for 3 or 4 hours while they're loading up. They might be going to Home Depot, or they might go to the bank, or wherever, and it's just basically just driving around town, marketing for the facility everywhere that it goes. And so, I'm sure in like Las Vegas and other places, you see these mobile billboards going around, advertising, and those aren't moving trucks; they're just billboards, and that's what they do all day long. People pay, $500,000 a day for those trucks to drive around and advertise their business. And with the moving truck, I mean, it kind of kills two birds with one stone. It's the advertising tool, and it's a great tool for the tenant as well.
Yeah, I've seen those moving billboards in Vegas, but that's a whole other podcast. It gets
No, it for sure is.
it
I
gets
know
your
exactly
attention.
what you're talking about.
And also, I'm thinking of like you mentioned that when people are moving and it's in front of their neighborhood and that kind of thing. I have sites that, quite frankly, sometimes you drive by it without noticing it's a storage facility. It's because the signage is
Oh, for sure.
sucks. If you
Yeah.
have a truck like that, there's your signage right there.
No, it is
That's
for
your
sure. Yeah, I mean, there's
monument
there's
sign.
different. I mean, different municipalities have sign laws too, where you can't have a sign over a certain size, and the truck is a great way to get around that. And if you have, I mean, I've even seen it where if the storage facility isn't in a great spot, where there's a lot of through traffic. Like they'll even arrange with another business to let them park it somewhere where you might have 50,000 cars going by a day. So when it's sitting there, it's still advertising just like a billboard for you.
Mm-hmm. No, that's massive. That's got my wheels turning on that one. I have a few sites I can think of that could use
Yeah.
that. It's like some owners they pick a spot that it's like intentionally trying to hide it from the public. So yeah,
Hmm.
that'd be huge. So how does it
Yeah, I
work?
mean, you've seen it a lot of times now where like a lot of these guys are converting, Kmart's and warehouses and stuff like that, and sometimes those are in industrial areas where they're kind of tucked away. And so yeah, it's like I was saying, you find a place where you can park that where you get a lot of eyes on it, just to let them know, hey, we're back here.
And that's huge. So and kind of walk me through it. Like if I'm brand new owner and I'm seeing the benefits of this kind of thing. Do you have like different size trucks or is it a regular box truck? How does that
Mhm.
work?
Yeah, so we can kind of run the gamut as far as the size of a vehicle. We can do as small as like a little cargo van, which we have a lot of customers in kind of more urban areas where parking might be at a premium, where they need something a little smaller, all the way up to as big as a 26-foot box truck. We don't see those as much, the big trucks, because you're giving these keys out, to the tenant to use, and generally the way it works is the bigger the truck, the harder obviously it is to drive for
Yeah.
somebody that doesn't drive trucks all the time. So what we found, being in the business, I think we're going on 27 years here in January, is that, you know, 12 to 17 feet is kind of the wheelhouse. Our bread and butter truck is a 14-foot truck. If you go to our website or you see us at the trade show, you're going to see that truck. It's actually the truck that the founder of the company, Maury Westerdale, he designed it back in the mid 90s, and Unicell still uses the body and sells it all over the country. But it is probably what we do, 85% of our sales and leases on an annual basis are that vehicle, and everybody likes it because of the look. It's got that streamlined look to it, the aerodynamic look. It gets better gas mileage than a typical box truck. The graphics go on it great, so it really pops. And that size, that 14-foot size, is small enough that most people can handle it, but big enough to handle, most, 10 by 10, 10 by 15. If you've got a larger unit, a 10 by 20 or a 10 by 30, it might take two trips. But the more trips is the more eyes are going to be on the truck. So it's still a win-win.
No, perfect. Yeah. I was trying to think of like win-win and how this works. Like if I'm an owner and I'm trying to debate between just buying a truck and doing it myself versus
Mm-hmm.
using a program like you, is there some pros and cons to that?
Well, yeah. So we're a turnkey program.
Okay.
You're not going to have to go anywhere else. We're going to be able to either lease you the truck on either a 48-month or a 60-month lease. You can buy the truck from us if you'd like. We do the artwork, so we can wrap the truck. We wrap it at the factory where we build it at, so it shows up, to the site ready to go. And then the most important thing, really, the reason that we've been in business and been so successful, the insurance program that we offer. It's kind of second to none, and it's a $5 million liability policy that allows the operator to hand the keys over to the tenant as long as they're 21 years or older with a valid driver's license. We have a rental agreement that they sign before that they take the truck, and then they're good to go. And so if they're involved in an accident, it's got full coverage. It's got the 5 million in liability. It's got comp and collision as well. And so the owner operator's got peace of mind that the truck's protected when it's out there on the road.
Oh,
And so we
okay.
roll all that into one. We've got a roadside assistance program, that helps, if the truck breaks down, or something happens, flat tire, they lock the keys in the car, run out of gas. And then we also have an online software program that allows them to kind of log on and has a nice little calendar on there to be able to you know see when the truck's going out. In the future, if you've got an assistant manager that's coming in, they'll know if the truck's rented out on a Saturday if it was booked out.
Huh. So as far as like, for managers and operators using this as a enticement to get an extra rental, is that how most people are using it, saying, hey, it's a free use of the truck as
Hmm.
part of rental and you just pay for the gas and fill it up when you bring it back kind of a thing?
Correct. I would say that almost every operator that we have will, at least for the new tenants that are moving in to the facility, they will offer the truck for free for at least a certain amount of time. You know, it's usually, sometimes it's based on the unit size. If they have a smaller unit, maybe they give it to them for a half day. If they have a bigger unit, they give it to them for a full day. But what we also will see is that they will also rent the truck out for profit, usually during peak rental times, which is the weekends. And so what some of them will do is say, like, you know, Monday through Thursday we'll give the truck out for free, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday we're going to rent it out for rental, and then, you know, they'll just kind of be competitive with what the other truck rental companies are doing
Huh.
in the area.
Interesting. That's
But yeah, they'll always have the fuel replenished. So like even if they give it out for free for the day to a new tenant, they'll say, hey, you know, it's on full. You know, just bring it back full, and you know we're
yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah. Perfect. No, that makes it easy. That's why I like something that's simple and easy to understand. So,
No, for
perfect.
sure.
And as far as like your bread and butter truck, can you get maybe some numbers or kind of what we're looking at on a lease payment?
Yeah. So on let's say on the 60-month lease, or so 5 years on that 14-foot aerosol, we have a couple versions of it. We have a Ford E350, which is kind of the old school Econoline that they still make. It's the chassis that's been around for, you know, 25, 30
Forever.
years.
Yeah.
And then we have the Transit 350, which is kind of the newer Euro style chassis that Ford's come out with to kind of compete with the Mercedes Sprinter. And a lot of the other companies are coming out with kind of similar, you know, more economical, kind of more technology that's in the cab. But both of them are pretty close in price. You're looking at about $850 a month for, you know, a 5-year lease on one of those trucks. And then the insurance monthly is going to vary depending on what state the vehicle is going to be registered in. But you're looking at about around $200 a month. So a little over $1,000 a month investment for a new truck, and then the insurance program that goes along with it.
Yeah, and it just comes down to me. It's just it's black and white numbers. I mean, can you
Hmm.
with investing in that? Do you see you're going to get one or two extra rentals? I mean,
Oh, for sure. I mean,
obviously, yeah,
yeah, and
because
that's what you're looking at, especially if somebody's in lease up. Like if you've got a new facility where you know you might be at 20% occupancy, 30% occupancy.
yeah,
You know, adding a truck is going to probably add, you know, 7 to 10 new clients a month. Just having that truck on the road in a new area where, you know, you might have only been around for 3 months and everybody there doesn't know you, it really is a great way to increase occupancy quickly. We actually have a lot of new operators. What they'll do sometimes is get the truck even 2 months before they open, and they'll, you know, have the manager, as they're still getting ready, just drive it around town, you know, park it in different spots so that even before they open for business, you know, the public knows that they're you know, they're there and they're ready to, you know, when they're ready to open, you know,
yeah.
they can start getting that truck out.
No, no, exactly. And you know, what I would do if I was, on the fence of debating if I was going to do something like this, I would just call people that are your customers, your
Oh, for
clients.
sure.
You know, to say, hey, how's it working for you? And
Oh
hear
yeah.
straight from them. It's one thing here having you, talk about it because you're selling it, it's your business. But I would, talk to the clients that are using the product, and man, I think just doing that, you'd get a better gauge as far as like how many rentals it's producing and that kind of thing, and then you can, okay, is it worth
Yeah, and
the extra rentals?
it
Of course.
it's always going to vary based on the market
Oh yeah.
where it's at, and you
Yep.
know what your occupancy is and how aggressive the managers are at promoting the truck. But yeah, it really is one of the best ways to increase occupancy at your facility.
Oh yeah, if you have it, you'd be marketing the crap out of it. I mean, all of your it's one thing that bugs me so much when I am doing an audit of a website or I'm doing an audit on a phone sales presentation, and I know they have a truck that they use for free rentals,
Hmm.
but they bury the lead. It's like you have to drag it out, and they don't really present it on the phone, or it's like on the footer of the website. Like, no, I'd be putting that front and center because that's going to just
Oh
make
yeah,
you
for
stand
sure.
apart from
And
everybody else.
yeah, and we send them out a marketing kit when they get it, and just kind of give them ideas on how to market that truck, because you know it really is, if you're going to make that investment, make it work for you, maximize it, and you know, website, on the phone when you answer the phone, you know, every possible way where you park that truck, because yeah, you definitely want to get the most out of it.
No, that's great. You guys actually help them with the marketing aspect of it. You know, just like hand the keys over and say good luck. That's good that you hold their hand a little bit and help with marketing ideas.
No, for sure. And there's actually more so in the real estate industry because we actually, we provide trucks for realtors,
Yeah.
kind of the same way. But on the storage side too, there's a way that a lot of them actually get the truck for free in the end. And what we do is we let them sell ads. Usually they do it on the back door. And so what we call it is zero basing the truck, where they might go get a mortgage broker or a bank, a restaurant. Maybe the owner's got a friend that owns a restaurant or a bar or whatever, a landscaper or a pool company, and they'll say, hey, we'll partner with me on this truck for $100 a month. You can have an ad, and they might get, let's say they get 8 ads or 10 ads on the back of the truck. Well, then that ad revenue on a monthly basis ends up paying for their lease and insurance, so that the truck ends up almost being free for them. And then what they'll also do is say, hey, since you've made this investment in advertising my truck, if you need to borrow it when it's not being used by one of my tenants, let me know, and you can use it as well. And so it's kind of, they let them use the truck, and it's still, so when it's not being used, it's still, by the tenant, it might be used by the advertiser, and it's still, working as a great marketing tool in the area.
No, that's a ninja tactic right there. I like that because I'm all about getting alliances and things put together with your in your market, and working together. So yeah, if you're able to have a promotional item like that on the back of the truck, and then essentially making it
Mm-hmm.
for free, that's a total win-win. I like that.
Yeah, we've been doing this for a while, and so we've tried to, we try to make it as easy as we can, um, you know, for them to step into the truck if they've not, if they haven't done it before. It's a big step for, a lot of our business is current customers that are building new facilities or buying new facilities, and they've had this program since 2002. They know it works, and so it's part of their deal. So that, they get a new facility, in the works. They call us and say, "Hey, Brian, we're fixing to, build a new one. Let's get another truck on order." But when you get a new developer, a new owner operator that hasn't done it before, there is a little bit of selling that you've got to do, and the easier that we can make it, for them, the easier it is for them to get into their first truck.
Yeah. Well, speaking of making it easy, that leads me right to my next thing. So people that are listening to this and like, hey, you want some more information on what it can do for me to help boost my business? How do they get a hold of you guys?
Well, you can either give us a call at our 800 number, 1-800-645-9949, or find us on the web, www.onthemovetrucks.com. Or you could, if you're at one of the trade shows at ISS in April or SSA, we're really easy to find. Once you usually walk in the trade show hall, you'll see the red and black truck, and just come over and say hi.
Can literally kick the tires.
Hmm.
That was a bad joke. Okay. No, I'll definitely look for you next time. It's nice to meet you. So next time, next show, I'll come and say hi and check it out.
For sure.
Well, good. Well, thanks for taking the time, man.
Oh, no problem at all. Thanks for having me.
All right. Thanks, Brian. Talk to you soon.
All right. Have a
Bye.
good one.